Namaskaram. It's raining now. And look at this. हेलो सिंधु जी, और बताइए क्या गर्मा गर्म चल रहा है? बारिश। हाँ जी, बांसुरी
बजाओ तो।
अभी बजाते हैं, अभी वीडियो कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा, कैसे बांसुरी ऐसे?
हाँ, ऐसे ऐसे।
मतलब क्या बज रही है?
खतरनाक होने वाला है अभी आने वाला टाइम। कुछ नहीं, इतना अच्छा मौसम। अरे मैं ये केदार के रास्ते पे हूँ ना, उत्तराखंड। मस्त पहाड़ वहाड़ है, जंगल है, छोटे छोटे गांव हैं, शांति शांति, कुछ नहीं है। आप कोई सोच रहा वाले। आज मेरे को बात तुम पहले भी कर चुके हैं इसके बारे में। आने वाला टाइम बहुत ही खतरनाक होने वाला है। पॉइंट वो है कि जितनी भी यदि तुम साइंस को पढ़ो, उन्होंने बेसिक बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स तो आइडेंटिफाई कर ही लिए हैं। The main problem they were having were regarding computation power, which is now getting solved by computers and AI, automated computation. So anything that is possible in some range will be done. Like you can literally create matrix, you can literally do a lot of stuff now in biology with proteins and watching this I mean, this was evident, but people are recognizing it now that if such kind of processing power is used to kind of keep yourself in a small group or keep yourself in a bubble, like so what I was watching a video in which, like, if a different person sees the comments on a video, they see different comments. So if I watch a video and I see comment, then the comment are actually chosen by AI to suit my needs or my way of thinking. If someone else sees it, then they see different comments. I mean, everybody knew that what content you see it affects, but people didn't know that comments also are included now. What that will do is, like, what we are trying to do is open up the mind, right? To open up to new possibilities, open up to new ideas. But this won't let it happen, because you won't even see the opposing ideas, or you won't even see something which is might be helpful for you. So it's going to be crazy, and all of this is driven by people who don't see reality at all. Like, they are completely blind. I told you, they are like robots only. Robot driven world. I mean, Zuckerberg, everybody knows he's a robot, but all of them are also robots. They are just dressed differently. They don't care what happens with humanity, they only care about being first in the line and getting most money out of it. That's it. If something bad happens, then later they will apologize. Nothing will happen anyways. everybody knows social media causes anxiety and all of these. What happened to this Zuckerberg? Nothing happened, no? So you can play around with the mental health of the entire planet and nothing happens to you because you have money. Money is honey. So this is going to get really, really bad in the coming times. And this is like a direct fight against what we call matrix. Like when I sit in these villages and people don't even have like smartphones, and I see like what is really happening in the world, like in the West, and what they are doing. It's like such a different worlds. It's crazy. Such a simple life in which you just work all day, you eat, you sleep, you have festivals, just nothing else. Simplicity of the life. And here, like crazy, crazy people. Yeah, but the decisive times are coming in which people have to really see what technology is being used for to make you addict, to make products like what is this new red looking drink, no, what is the name of this? Yeah, every social media is like, I mean, they're designing it to be more and more like it. They are not letting an openness, you know. Like it will be so hard for me. Like I tried it with the X Twitter some 3-4 months back. I wanted to see everything in my feed, every point of view. Okay, I wanted to know what the scientists are tweeting. I want to know what the politicians are tweeting. I want to know what the astronauts are tweeting. Everyone. I wanted to see how different worlds are there. But it won't let me. Like once I started interacting with a particular kind of content, that is the only content I get. And most of the content I get is the negative content because that can bring about my reaction and interaction. If it is negative, then I might be propelled to comment on it, right? So it's like a proper addiction algorithm, and these people are just going with it like crazy, like crazy zombies following a horde, you know. And so that creates a bubble, right? It creates a bubble. You don't want only to be exposed to a particular type of ideas. This bubble baking is what is matrix is. It's like your mind is conditioned in a set pattern, and you have to break out of it, that conditioning. But these kind of algorithms won't let you break out of it because they create another world around it. So they, even the spiritual world, they create a samsara around it. So then you compare how long this, oh, I meditated 10 minutes, so this guy meditated 20 minutes, like all of this will start. Comparison is the best way to increase interaction and engagement. And all these companies care about is increasing engagement, nothing else. That's what I said in the depression series also. Like negativity is the most easiest way to make someone react, but that is not going to end well. But these guys don't care. Robots, suit wearing robots. So this It's good actually. In a way, it is good
Kabla maano tiyolo ma.
that it will be decisive now. And I, again, as it is happening right now, I don't think like human brain will even be able to take it anymore. So it will start breaking down, and all sorts of mental health problem will happen. Hello, Tanmeji, human being 23. How's life? Like right now, what is happening is people are creating good new technologies, but the people who are creating, they are completely self-centered and egoistic people. They have no understanding of the world at all, or the reality at all. They just live in their own created system, and they want to impose it onto everyone else. And with the AI, it will be like very easy, because finally you act how your brain is programmed. How your brain is programmed is depends on the kind of data you ingest, what you see in social media, what you talk to people around you, how many are you exposed to the natural environment, or are you just exposed to watching Discovery on your screens. And the AI will very easily figure out how to make your brain addict. Right now, human beings were doing it manually, but AI will do it very nicely. So then it will like depression everywhere only. Yeah. So basically, again, all the negative stimuli will be enhanced. And it's not like the technology necessarily is the good or bad. The basic point is like the people who are using the technology. Like now only I am hearing this news, like Facebook will be using like your data from till 2007 till now, all the photographs, everything, to train its AI model. And USA and EU, it won't happen, but in the other countries, because there is no legislation, they have access to all of your data. And they will train the AI, and then they will sell it to you back based on your data. Crazy, Then they will put all the copyright and everything on top of it. They're like, oh, it's mine, my AI. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like my ring, my precious, my money. Billionaire, I am a billionaire. Oh my God. It's like a no, it's not about the brain repeatedly doing same over and over again. It's the negative stimuli takes a toll on your body basically. Because every time you act because of some negative stimuli, like if you go to X and you see all kinds of posts, like abusing this person, abusing that person, abusing that and doing that, and fighting here, fighting there, and the state you become in that time, which prompts you to react, that state is not beneficial. It's like anger is a very highly energy taking emotion. Like try to be angry like a long time and you will be completely drained of the energy. So that will happen. It's like being angry or being frustrated and agitated for a very, very long time in your life. And when that happens, you are tiring your system out. And when you are tiring your system out, you're kind of losing your willpower, or you are using your life energy in a sense. When the life energy won't be there, then the regular tasks will become difficult for you. Getting up in the morning, making a tea, taking a bath, all of this will become difficult because energy is not there. How will you do it? You spent all of the energy in like responding to the negative aspects of the life, and it has been systematically done. Systematically, people are doing it. It's not just happening in vacuum. So this is kind of like a setup of the final showdown in a sense. Like humanity has to decide now because this is like decisive now. Either you perish, which is going to happen because we are fucked up the environment, we are fucking up the human brain, ourselves. What is left now? Animals are done. Nothing is left. Only thing is like there's some showpiece in the zoo that you go and see, a lion, like that. There's no ecosystem that they have left. Most of the crops are done because we are genetically modified seeds, so the natural seeds are all gone. Now human body is also gone, full of chemicals, weak. Now brain was the last place. Now brain is also will be done. This is like a very nice ending though, in a sense. Like the two sides are kind of getting prepared, with the best of their resources. The people who want destruction, they are doing destruction, but they are doing it in the name of the development, which is very interesting. They're like, oh, we are developing this electric car, we are developing this, we put AI, self-driving car we will have. Okay, self-driving car, so what? You have a self-driving body here only. God created it. The people who are really, most of you who are here, they are on the other side. You have to be really careful about all of these things. Do not get stuck in the loops. Wow, the rain is heavier. Hi, बारिश आ गई. Namaskaram, Aman ji. And who do you really expect the decision from? Like most of these companies are US based, and what is happening in the US? One candidate is getting shot, another president candidate doesn't even remember their own name. Do you expect these people to really care about humanity? Really? Like, are they even capable? So that's why it's like completely loose machine. And if it is unleashed on its full power, it is going to cause havoc like very, very fast. Like people don't really understand these things. It's like crazy. And I have not mean like AI will dominate and all of that. AI will just fuck you up. That is very rare, no? Because see, how do you get a seed, organic seed? The seed comes from the plant only. But if you don't have an organic plant, if you have only genetically modified plant, then you will only get a genetically modified seed. So you lost that information. You cannot go back now. And all of this is like, if you really study like how these big seed companies from the US have done all of that, it's crazy. It's all systematic. They did it all by understanding what they are doing. But they don't care. They never cared. These people never cared. It's just a mask that they put on. Like, they'll put on some mask like, oh, we are doing it for social benefit. Look at social media. So many entrepreneurs we are creating. That is just stupidity. Do you think their engagement is coming from like creating entrepreneurs or shops on Facebook or anywhere else? Their engagement is coming by having content which is fiery, having content which is viral. What is viral? Something that surprises you, something that makes you react. Yeah, soon it will come, and people, you have to be careful about what are you doing. So there is no point in talking on understanding, because the other side completely understand what it is doing. They have full idea. It's not like they are innocent kids, that they don't know what damage they are doing to the humans and to the environment. They know everything. They just don't care. So we also have to stop caring and preparing ourselves, rather than just engaging in like good natured human beings. Let's just talk things out. We can do things better. Nothing will happen. It's already been decided. Basically, they are trying to cage energy or Shakti, which can never happen. Keeping seeds in one mouth and saying affirmation and planting the seed will change the air. Nah, this is not that easy. All of these things that you hear in spirituality, these things are not that easy to do. It doesn't change the DNA of the seed, it changes the energy of what you are eating. DNA also, for that you have to be like a Siddha or something, See, affirmation, the power of the affirmation lies in how much you believe. So can you believe that it will happen without a doubt in your mind? That is difficult. It's not that easy. Let's say I say that, okay, you can fly. If you believe 100% that you can fly, can you believe 100%? Somewhere you'll be like, what if I fall? What if I fall? If that is there, then it won't happen. The manifestation won't happen if there is a doubt. So there has to be no doubt. Yeah, it can be altered. Obviously, it gets altered, no? DNA gets altered all the time. That's how mutation happens. That's how evolution happens. And obviously, it can be changed by thought patterns. That's how someone with a trauma, like a father with a trauma, then there is a high possibility that the same information will get transferred to the kid also through DNA. But you don't have control, no? The point is how do you do it in a controlled sense? So that spirituality has to become, because how do you change your thought pattern? Do you think it is easy to change your thought pattern? How many of these neuroscientists have changed their own thought pattern? How many of them are able to do it? Only someone who is really connected to the higher consciousness can really change the thought patterns. It's not that easy as you think it is. That's why once the thought patterns are created in the childhood, it is very important, like what kind of thought patterns you are creating. And that is again where the problem lies. Like your children of the like this next age, they will all learn from the technology, from the mobile phones. And what will supply information on the mobile phone? Will be AI driven. AI will do whatever it wants to do, whatever feels best for its algorithm. It doesn't care what the kid future will be like or anything like that. So the kid will be fed and programmed in a way which is completely disconnected from the reality. But since they are driven by robotic people, and the robots wants everything to be robot, so they will be very happy. Like, oh, we created more kid robots now. Heavy rain. That's what we discussed in the changing thought patterns, no? That meditation is one way. Changing thought patterns, because thought patterns get changed when they kind of run their potential out. So in meditation, you can live that thought consciously, and slowly it will stop coming. It's like one time the thought will come that you should do this, but you didn't do anything. The next time it will come, third time it will come, and eventually it will stop coming. So that's how basically that thought pattern got rewired now. But it's not, in terms of technique, it's very easy. But in terms of application, especially with the state of the world right now, it is going to be very difficult. The people cannot even have 1 minute of attention. We are making them sit in the silence for 10 minutes serially for every day. So now a very clear divide I think I am seeing in the future. Clear divides between the living beings who are living here, who are conscious, and the robotic beings who lives in algorithms. It's like a matrix war only, but a different way. Basically, somebody who is, in a sense, like spiritually conscious, and somebody who is just conscious in the intellect. So that will be fine. Let's see. But intellect consciousness comes from spiritual consciousness. That's what they don't realize. They won't even realize, because that is caught by ego. Ego won't let it realize. Ego will say, I know everything, I can do everything. Just by logic, I can bind the entire world. I can control the entire world. And with the power of the AI in your hand, that ego will like boost crazy. So it's like we can create anything. We can create any protein. We can create any tree. We can create anything. We can manipulate energy as we want. Such amount of power in the hands of people who have so much ego, what will it do? Only one outcome is there. So be prepared now. Know what is happening in the world. Know how all of these companies are working. Know what they are doing to your brain. First they individualize you. They remove you from each other, so you don't talk to each other, but you talk to the mobile phone. In person you don't talk, but in mobile phone everybody talks. They send your videos, they like other stuff, all of this stuff. So intellectual consciousness can community with spiritual consciousness. They can. That is Jnana Yoga, no? Intellectual consciousness, reaching spiritual consciousness through intellectual consciousness, that is the part of the Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is that you think, but in the end you live that thinking. But that living that thinking, the end part won't happen unless your ego is put aside. Understand? The final step of every path, whether you are going by intellect, in the end you have to leave intellect. If you are going by faith or bhakti, in the end you have to leave the faith. That is the final step. That final step will be very hard if the ego is so strong, because ego will be like, no. Have you not seen that scene from the Doctor Strange? Like that monk lady, she says that you gain control by letting go of the control. But that white guy, he is like, how is that possible? How can I lose control and then gain control? Because he is intellect driven. He is completely intellect driven. He is like, this is not logical. Intellectual consciousness enters spirituality. It's also like getting another Maya. You cannot really enter spirituality, no, with intellectual consciousness. I mean, people who are saying they are on the spiritual path, being in spirituality and being on a spiritual path is very different. Being on a spiritual path means you are still in the Maya, but you are trying to get out. Being in spirituality means that you are conscious of everything. You are conscious of your intellect also, you are conscious of your emotions also, you are conscious of your body also, and you are conscious of your spirit also. The spiritual consciousness. Like intellectual consciousness, people like Krishnamurti, they have intellectual consciousness, no? But intellectual consciousness along with no ego. That is how you will go to spirituality. Intellectual consciousness with like a truckload of ego will result in all of these shitty people only. All these US billionaires and everything. They think they are doing something nice for the planet, like people like Bill Gates and everyone. They are doing nothing. They have no idea what life is. No idea at all. Because they are not conscious at all of themselves. They are just conscious of the world. They don't know what's going on inside them, how it happens. You are conscious of your intellect. Intellectual consciousness person, again, as I told you, in terms of the profession, like there will be mathematicians, there will be scientists, there will be business people who are like number oriented. So everything logical, everything systematic, everything like that. Because intellect is like that. Intellect, which is called buddhi, in Hindi. It's like that only. But that is not going to lead you to the ultimate truth. It's just like a very simple example, no? You have to reach infinity. How much will you keep adding to reach there? And at what time will you reach there? You will reach there at infinity. It won't happen. So through intellect it cannot be attained. You might have an idea of it. You're like, okay, if you keep adding, it's like, but you don't have the experience of it. The experience won't happen because the ego stops you. Ramana Maharshi, he was also intellectually conscious. If you read his books, his whatever he talked to people, very intellectual, very abstract. no wish wash here and there. But again, it has to be like high intellect with no ego. If there is a high intellect with high ego, that will result in people like what we are seeing today. Unaware people who just keep doing things out of their own self-interest. But they mask it like they are doing it for very good things for humanity. Like they are doing, oh, we created this internet. Look at what it's doing to the world. We created this AI. Look at what it will do to the world. Nothing it will do to it. It will fuck up the world. in in the hands of those people, it will definitely fuck up the world. Because these people only care about money. They like every year they have to show growth. 5% growth in the company, 10% growth. Where will the growth come? How will they gain more engagement? How will they gain more? How will a pharma company grow 5-10% every year? They need to sell more medicines, right? To sell more medicines, they need more ill, sick people. So their goal is to make people sick only. Similarly, how will the prison industry grow? In USA, the prison industry is also private. How will it grow 5% per year? Because you are obsessed with these GDP numbers, right? 5% growth, 10% growth. Every company is obsessed with. How will a social media company grow 10%? They want 10% more engagement so that they can earn 10% more revenue through advertisements and everything. What will they do? They will amp up the meter more and more. Or the content will get more and more negative. The content will get more and more, divisive. Because that will bring more engagement to them. So they don't care what they are doing to the world. They only care like the 10% growth. They are making money, done. Completely blinded people, no? So that is a thought which is observed. That is a meditative state in a way. Like you observe the thought, but you don't take action. That is what meditation is. You keep observing, but you don't sit in the train. You just see the train of the thought from a distance. Okay, now this thought came. Oh, now this thought came. Now that thought came. But you are just sitting there. You go like in depths of meditation. It's like real, like a dream state. Like it will really see it. You will really see it happening right here. Like sometimes you will even forget. Like you are sitting in meditation. But then like you were sitting in meditation. How are you at that place now? Because it's really like the dream. In dream, when you see something, it feels very real. It feels like you are really doing it. You are there. So same if you go deeper in meditation, it's very easy to see all of these things. And it's actually very crazy. Like when you really see, oh my god, like this is how it works. This is how your brain works. This is how the consciousness is flowing inside all of these things. Like I have been in states in which I knew I am sitting at this place and in meditation, and I knew that I am also dreaming there also. But it's like in between you are floating somewhere, like here and there. It's crazy. So the goal of meditation is only this, when somebody is on meditative path, then I need to thought now I think to the right moment. Is it needed? Can I take action? Yep. If you start reacting on every thought, then that is the seed of mental health problem. It's like every video you saw on Instagram, you have to react. That is the seed of the mental health problems. Because then your brain is constantly engaged. Your body is constantly engaged. Again, you are tiring it out. After some time, even a computer heats up, no? You have to switch it off. You have to cool it. Or you have to put a fan to it. So meditation will basically start with like that. You will start with the physical reality, body consciousness. Then you will go to the mind consciousness, in which you will be seeing the reality as a dream, or you will go into dream state. And then from there it will go to the spiritual consciousness, in which the thoughts won't be there. It's just you will actually reach to the stuff which was observing it. You will actually go there. So slowly we are going there. They were like, okay, the body is getting observed by the mind. Now who is observing the mind? There we go. So step by step we go. Pratyahara is like withdrawal from the world, so that we can go from the body to the mind. Then as you go, dharana, dhyan, then that is like going from the mind consciousness to the spiritual consciousness, in which from the dream state you are going to the deep sleep state, but you are aware of it. You know that you are going there, instead of it happening by automatically, like it happens every night. That is because they get social validation, no? See, when everyone is sick, when in a asylum, every mad person thinks the other person is fine only, because they validate each other. They were like, yeah, you are a politician. We're like, yes, I am a king of the Cambodia. So when you validate each other, so this like the world we live in, it's like people validate each other negativity, people validate each other sickness. They're like, oh, I have so much stuff, I'm like this, and you're like, oh, I'm also like that, so it means it's not bad. People inherently think that if everyone is suffering, then what's the point? It's good only. That is like complete system created on social validation. Doing great in life is subjective, no? How do you know somebody is doing great in life? Is it by money? Is it by how happy they are? Is it by how content they are? Is it by, I don't know, what is the parameter? We generally see, okay, yeah, if the person is able to do their daily jobs, if they are able to earn money, if they are able to have a marriage and all of that, then they are doing great in life. That is not the parameter, no? Social anxiety happened because of the distrust in the humanity for each other. Nobody trusts each other. Everybody use each other. They treat each other like a material. They're like, I will use you and you use me, and that's how it will be. So then there is constant fear. Even in relationship there is constant fear. The husband is afraid of the wife. What if the wife takes advantage? The wife is afraid of the husband. What if the husband takes advantage and go to find another wife and go do these things? So constantly you are living in a state of uncertainty and fear, and that is not good for your mind and your body. And that's why all of these things are happening. Withdrawal from the world seems difficult. And you start with slow, no? Start like 5 minutes just sitting in silence, just withdraw from the world. Like, just sit in like a completely dark, silent room. Nothing of the world. Then you will see, then you will able to observe the world of your mind. Thoughts. So that's the first stage. You withdraw from the world and you go to your mind world. And in the mind world, then you keep the thoughts going, and from there you go to your spiritual world. The basic techniques. Withdrawal from the world seems difficult also because of all of these things. Because you think that if you leave the world for 5 minutes, you don't know what will happen. because there is so much uncertainty and anxiety that is created in the society. So you're like, what if I leave my job and like just go to the mountain for 1 month? I don't know what will happen. So there is so much fear, and that fear has been created desperately because the fear was the strongest factor for getting more and more job or work out of people. It's backfiring also, but still they don't care. I mean, these people are crazy, man. Seriously, crazy robots. Chalo, if you have any more questions, otherwise we'll leave now. Go further. It's raining. We'll use raincoat. Okay. Chalo, bye bye. See you again.